Greetings everyone and welcome to a new series I'm starting. We will be playing Against the Storm again. I did play a few rounds of the game a while back, but that was mostly just to introduce myself and everyone into the game, what it is, how it works. What I think I will do now though is play through all of the prestige difficulties of the game. There are 20 in total. Each level adds a new type of mechanic to the game, or not really a new mechanic, but makes some of the mechanics of the game harder. So I think it will be interesting. We will progress from 1 to 20, and this is my save file for the game. As you can see, if I go into the Smoldering City, I'm assuming you know how the game works since this prestige difficulty run. I have quite a few upgrades already done. I'm up to here, if that tells you anything. Still quite a few things I need to unlock though. But anyway, let's get things started with Prestige difficulty 1. And of course we're going to start that by choosing a place to start. And I'm liking this Fertile Grounds modifier over here, so we'll be starting on the Cursed Royal Woodlands. Let's go into Prestige 1. Already played some of the difficulties on my own, but we will be starting from number 1. So what this does is, as you can see, we now require more reputation to win the game. So instead of the normal 14, we need 18. So yeah, that's the first Prestige difficulty, that's what it does. And the next one currently doesn't do that much, but by the time I'm recording the next difficulty, the Blightrot update should have rolled out. That would make it actually more impactful. So let's start off by choosing how exactly we want to go about this. So the Cursed Royal Woodlands, we don't see what the glades are, if they are normal, forbidden, dangerous, etc. These are our resources. So what I think I'm going to do, we have an average amount of soil, so I will take my farm as a start. I will get newcomers, so we can start with more people. And other than that, I still have 3 more points to spend. I think I will likely spend them on food. Let's check out caravans first. Now, we don't really have much meat. We have insects, which is decent, to be honest. And we do actually have insects from trees, so harpies are kind of decent, since they like skewers. So I'm thinking we might start with this caravan. It starts us off with 2 more people as well, which is good. Now I would like to get humans as the third race, so we can get better farmers. Looks like we're starting with a decent amount of food and decent amount of materials. We get a bit more fabric, some crystallized dew, so this is looking good. Let's top it all off with a bit of extra planks. I think should be good. Or actually, do we have stone here? We don't have stone, so I will take stone instead. That way we can build some roads. And the last point I'm just going to spend on some vegetables, so we have more food. So this looks good. Let's embark on our journey. Now the way I'm going to be doing these videos is we'll probably record it all at once, and then try and cut it up on even episodes. Maybe like 20 minutes or something. So these are positive modifier that works during drizzle. We'll get some global resolve from discovering new glades for 3 minutes. And as for the negative ones, this doesn't really do too much since housing prevents it. Rotten Rain is actually good because it gives us free resources from dealing with the living matter. We have the Melancholy, which is the first one that I don't really like. We have a penalty to resolve if we don't have complex food, which I mean, I will try to get as fast as possible. And I really hate this one, the Sacred Flame Rituals. It basically wastes a lot of my wood later on in the game when I can't properly lower hostility because of the high difficulty. We have the Restless Spirits, that's from the, what do you call it, from the Cursed Woodlands. We get some spirits around, and this is the Prestige Expedition. We need 4 more reputation to win. So let's get things started. We can't really see any of the glades, so let's start off by just not opening any of them. We'll start with 2 woodcutter camps. One here, here, that should be good. Let's get trapper's camp so we can start gathering those insects. And let's make a stonecutter's camp so I can work on this clay. I will build some roads between my storage and my heart. That should be good. We can place some stuff inside here. Now let's check out what kind of blueprints we start off with. This one is decent because of the flower, since we do have fertile ground on this map. This one is really nice because of the high rate of lumber production. Also gives us access to scrolls, so I will start off with this one. Let's check it out. So we have a weaver that gives us access to high fabric production. We already have trade goods though. Don't really care that much about tools at the moment. So yeah, I think I'll go with the weaver. And the herbalist hut. What kind of herbs do we have? So we have, well, herbs and mushrooms, no berries. But honestly, this might be decent. I don't need a plantation because we already have a farm. And this is more late game, cosmetics, incense, all that. So I will go with the herbalist camp for now. And let's speed up the game. So first thing I want to work on, actually rotate the camera a bit like this, what I'm used to. Let's get the dwarves, well, the beavers, working on some tree cutting, since that's what they're best at. And I don't have any lizards, since we did get the humans, as I hoped we would. I guess I'll just assign some harpies to the insect collecting. Let's also start building some shelters, so we can house people, since the fog will affect them otherwise if they don't have a shelter. They were first cornerstone, and I already see 2 very good ones. Reinforced access, improves our woodcutting, and Sihilda's secret cookbook. If you get the ability to make pies, we get some free jerky. Both of them are pretty good. We'll go with the reinforced access for now though. It's a really good early game. And stonecutter camp is built. Let's send some people there. Now I will not get enough housing with this one, so we'll need another one, another house. So let's plan that out a bit. I think I will continue my road over here, and then I will leave 4 spaces, so here we'll build some more houses. And over on this side, I will build my industrial buildings. So let's get a lumber mill as a start. So we can start processing that wood into planks, so we can continue building houses. Now I do have my orders, however I won't accept them just yet. I like to get my basic resources out of the way before I start working on resources. Just let this thing do planks. And let's place another shelter over here. That should be enough housing for everyone. This is looking good. I don't really want to open up any new glades just yet. I want to get the fabric production going first. If I'm not mistaken, these woods should give me... They have 10% chance of giving me fiber, which we can turn into fabric. So I'd like to have as many resources available as possible before I open up a glade, because it may end up being a dangerous one, in case I will need to deal with it. Now, why is this thing not producing? There we go. Oh, it is producing. Good. So we should get these houses built pretty soon. Now, another thing that's unique for the prestige difficulties is this Forsaken Altar. It basically allows you to sacrifice some stuff in order to get a buffed up version of the cornerstones. However, for this prestige 1 difficulty, I don't think we will need it. As you can see, you Actually, it's letting me build it now. Thought it had to be away from my turret, but I guess not. So we'll probably explore that maybe when we reach Prestige 5 or something. That's where the difficulty ramps up quite a bit. Now, I have personally, I think, reached Prestige 9. And that's when one of my main strategies for winning the game gets nerfed quite a bit because of the new Prestige debuff. And that's selling to traders. You can actually win the game really easily by using a lot of trading. So most of the time, the easiest strategy, as long as you find fertile soil early, is to just start a lot of farming and then pick up many cornerstones that improve your wheat production. Then just process that into packs of crops, sell that to traders, and that gives you quite a good economy to work with. Whether you want to win by resolve afterwards, or maybe you have a perk that works well with trading. Okay, so my harpies are not very happy. I have 6 of them, so housing won't really do it. Don't really want to lower my hostility just yet, so what I'm going to do is just wait for them to reach about here, and they are just about to leave, and then I will use the lighter treatment, which will reduce the resolve of the other factions, but improve the resolve of the harpies. Now let's see, they're working on opening up this glade. I think we can afford that now, since a stone cutting camp is out of work. So let's start opening up this glade. Let's give the harpies lighter treatment. That should put them in the positive. We'll put the beavers in the negative. But I think we can deal with that. And let's check out what kind of orders we have now that we have the basic setup running. So I do have trading, which will give me 6 tools. I like the rewards of this one more, and it's more simple, just complete 2 glade events, so we'll take that. Then herbalist, so building an herbalist camp, which we did take, so we can do that. And harvesting 20 mushrooms will give us better herb production, some herbs, and some population. Now this one, building 5 shelters, will give us export specialization, a bathhouse, and 5 parts. I don't really need the housing, but the rewards are just insane, so I will take this one. This is also an Ethereal offer. You may have not unlocked them yet, but basically, if I see this offer and then I unpause the game, it disappears, and it also has a timer by which time I have to complete it. Let's check this one. This one is farming. As you can see, this gives me grain production, which is quite amazing, so we will be taking this one. And yeah, let's queue up those houses, because I only have 3 minutes to build them. I do have the materials for them. Won't bother too much with the placement, since houses you can always move. I'll just put them around here. And then let's see what kind of glade we open up this way. Now, if you're doing this shuffling strategy with the lighter treatment, keep in mind that if the harpies dropped below 0 again, they would continue from where they left off on the unhappiness. So you don't want to switch back to them, because they will leave really quickly. So we have some copper, which is really nice. We have some farming soil. It seems like this was a normal glade, so we don't have any dangerous events, which is quite nice. Nothing for the stone cutters camps to do, so let's just remove that. I will place a harvester's camp. We can get this fiber. And I will also put a farm. We can start working on that. Get some farm spots going. And let's check out what kind of cornerstone I got. So, woodcutter's prayer. So, +1 to all wood production. However, I lose all my fuel immediately if I do that. and this Ethereum as well. It is pretty good since I got it early in the game and I don't really have that much fuel yet. Alternatively, I could go for crowded houses, which saves me a lot of materials on building the faction-specific houses. Hidden from the Queen doesn't really bother me too much. You can make some weird combinations with this one. There is another cornerstone that gives you new arrivals every time you produce eggs. So you either hatch lizards or harpies from them. And yeah, you can combine it with that and then not bother with resolve too much. Since you constantly get new people, you can let them leave and it doesn't impact your impatience meter. So those two cornerstones work really well with each other. Got some new arrivals. I will go with the dwarves or the beavers, so we can have better wood production. It's always important. And I do have enough humans for the farm, so that's good. And I also want dwarves for the mine, which I guess I might as well build now. Like this should be good. And get a road going. Do that. So I have workers that are doing nothing. And our timed order is ready to complete, so let's do that. Give us plus one production to all packages and the bathhouse blueprint. That's pretty good. We also get a new blueprint from the reputation. Now bakery seems really good since we have farming already. However, I still don't have a way of making flour. So I either want to go with the provisioner or the stamping mill. I could go with pottery, but I think I prefer the provisioner because it can make these packs of provisions with a higher proficiency. They can be quite useful. Since I opened up this blade, move these guys over here so they can expand my industrial district by a bit. And I'll let these guys just do their thing. Harvest from wherever they want. Okay, the farm is done, so let's populate that with humans. Where did I... Let's swap these guys for beavers. They can produce more plants. Get the humans in the farm. And let's get the harpies harvesting flax. Should be good. It's like we still have some insects over here. So when they are done with that, I can move them down to these insects. I do have a ton of housing now, thanks to that order. I don't really have to worry about that as well. I will send 2 harpies to the mine, since I have no other job for them at the moment. I need to wait for the... move the trappers camp. Let's take that. This. I want to build the fabric production building. What was it called? The weaver? Yeah, the weaver. So I want to build the weaver over here, but I need some space for it first. Then I can put the harpies on that. That's their specialty. They get extra resolve. They work with fabric. So far so good. Let's check out the new orders. Might as well. I won't be taking this one simply because of the... It will require me to get a workshop, which I don't currently have. The rewards are nice, but having to spend 1 blueprint point on the workshop is not great. This I actually see for the first time. Use any rainwater. Okay, so that's the geysers. So let's, I guess, take this one. And over here we have another timed order. It will give me work, a lot of tools and parts. However, it requires me to cut through 6 glades in 7 minutes, which is not ideal. I think I'll instead check this one. What kind of resources do we have? There are no eggs on this map, so this is useless. I guess I'll just go with this one, simply because I already have everything needed to make the resources for it. But I probably won't be completing that order anytime soon. Now, I do have access to the bathhouse, however I won't be building it just yet. Not really much point. Let me move this a bit here, and let's build the weaver like so. And over here I can build the provisioner, I guess. Get the provisioner. We can start making some flour.